And in the Browns news, y'all. Staying in the Browns news, we back over to Nightcap again. Topic number 3 is Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy, they saying he's blaming the media for the relationship that people have tried to depict about him and Shador. And also, if y'all don't know, there's talks about Jerry Jeudy not even being receiver number 1 going into this new season due to all the young talent that Cleveland has acquired. And if y'all know that there was a lot of great young receivers that got the spotlight because Shador was more familiar with the second and third team receivers. So it's a lot there, man. It's a lot there. But we're going to go over to Nightcap and hear what they had to say. And then we're going to hear Todd Monken, too, later on. So here we go.
Jeudy didn't exactly calm things down over the week when asked by the media about the Shador sideline exchange. In fact, Cleveland is up in arms over him saying it's the media's fault. He's picking fights with reporters and his own Browns teammates. Let's take a listen, Ocho, to what he had to say.
Probably taught him off camera. You know what I mean? That's probably what I would have done different. You know, of course, people mind to tell me what and say what I need, what I see out there. But you know, it is what it is. Football, man. Just me and Shador good. You know, stuff like that happens. You know, y'all gonna make it bigger than what it is. You know, because the media. You know, that's what y'all feed off of, negativity. You know, but it is what it is. This is the life we live. So, you know, we move on from it. And I live a real life. You know, so what happened around in this locker room, you know, just real. Not what's going on social media and everything. So me and Shador good, everything good, and we great over here.
Everything is magnified. Everything is magnified, especially when you're losing. Obviously, all the turmoil, all the questions, all the.
No, that because everything was magnified. Was it magnified because what about the Eagles?
It's magnified. Oh, yeah. and there's.
I just noticed that Shannon shaved his beard off.
Mm-hmm. Their situation is magnified because even though they were winning during that time, you had issues. You had, certain people, individuals coming out, having their displeasures, posting stuff on social media. So it created a firestorm. So it gave the media something to talk about. Over there, excuse me, over there in Cleveland, obviously the interaction between Jeudy, the animated interaction between Jeudy and goddamn Sanders on the sideline is something not new, but it's new to them. It's new to them. Two players that are not on the same page and their way of communicating. It wasn't the right way to communicate. It wasn't the right way. Now, if they were winning, and they were playing well all season long, it wouldn't be no problems. Something that they just sweep right up under the rug. But listen, Shador's second start, two of them they going at on the sideline. Oh, we got a motherfucking story now. Yeah, talk to me, baby.
Why he got to be the media? The media job is to report what it sees.
Absolutely.
You got these demonstrative antics. What do you think they think? And I told you, it could have been nothing, Ocho. But when you get animated like this, and all Shador was sitting down, and then all of a sudden Shador stands up and says, "What do you think?"
Absolutely. Hey, can I tell you something?
Just say, "Look, guys. Yeah, I could have handled that situation better. I'm the vet in this situation. I should have handled that situation a lot better than what I did. I saw something one way, he saw it another way. Whatever differences we had, that could have been resolved behind closed doors. I was always conscious of that, Ocho, because I know I'm demonstrative. Because I already know. So now you start yelling. I start yelling. You say something. And the one thing, I don't ever want to go across a bridge that I can't go back across. You say something in the heat of the moment, drunk kids and angry people will tell you how they truly feel about you. So you have to be careful when you're angry about what you say. So I was always conscious of that. If I had something to say to the quarterback, be it John, be it Grease, be it Tony Banks, Trent, Jake Plummer, I always like, man, bro, this is what I was thinking. And so forth and so on. But by the same token, I expected them to give me that kind of grace also. Because I promise you, you show me up, you're not going to like my response now. Because if you bring it to me, I got to give it back to you plus shipping and handling. Because I got to make sure you get it. Because I don't want anybody to say, well, I didn't get what you was. Yeah, you got this here. So that's why I was always conscious, knowing the cameras was around, even not as many cameras as they have now, Ocho. But I understood people in the stands, you getting animated, they getting animated.
Hey, I told you, it happened to me one time. Yeah, just like that. But mine was in the field of play. We Monday Night Football.
So they're talking about Jerry Jeudy blaming. Shannon feels like he's blaming the media. Tom actually had a very good comment here talking about Jerry Jeudy was actually upset when people critiqued him. Also, Shador did talk about him without talking about him. He talked about like receivers not being in the right place. That's one thing that like Shador is very good at. His IQ is very, very high when it comes to the football game. knowing where you should be, knowing what receivers supposed to do. Again, shout out to Well Off Media. He was actually in the room coaching the quarterbacks up on like what to actually look for, more from like an NFL mindset. But what is your thoughts about this? Do you feel like Jerry Jeudy's kind of playing recovery at this point, or do you feel like Jerry Jeudy knows, okay, I got to get on this Shedeur bus, or what it is?
I think he's on the Shedeur bus anyway, because the relationship that Travis Hunter and Shedeur had, they were the same way.
Yeah.
He said something, he'll tell Travis when he off, and he'll tell Shedeur when he off. So it's pretty much, you know, like that ain't nothing Shedeur is unfamiliar with. So I don't know. I don't believe he had to clean up anything. I guess he had to say what he had to say when they asked him the question. But I think they are straight, because I don't think Shedeur has, it's a different heart when you're being raised by, a man.
Yeah.
Being that today is Father's Day, when you're being raised by a man, you have a different type of heart. When you have the right OGs around you, the right coaching around you, the right leadership around you, you don't let that throw you off your game. We get to the next play, baby. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure his daddy coached him harder than a lot of people would like to coach him. And he took a lot of criticism and scrutinism, being scrutinized by his father enough to say, man, this is a part of the game. Like, son, this is a part of the game. You can't get mad because your wide receiver said this to you. And you can't get mad because he said this to you. Y'all play ball. Y'all work it out, get it done, and let's go on to the next play. Let's go, baby.
I agree.
So now,
I agree. I like that comparison, because him and Travis Hunter did bump heads a lot. Like a lot. Yeah, and then Jimmy was more modest. Old boy was more modest, but yeah, him and Travis, they definitely bumped heads a lot. He said, most of these wide receivers are in their own mind. That's why they call them divas. What he said, what can you please explain to me how you do divas act?
How do divas act?
He said, media knows fans are thirsty for a story, probably nothing too early. Well, we're going to get to it in just a second, though. We are going to get to it in just a second, because Jeudy is on the hot seat, y'all. There's a lot of young talent inside of the locker room. Sports is starting to look different, guys. Sports is no longer about your name, no longer about your fame coming out of college. Like, the best players are getting on the field, the courts, like everything. Like, you're starting to see a different form of sports. Like in the old day, like Bronny would have been playing a lot of minutes. You know what I mean? Like, now people are really starting to put the right people in the right places. And the receiver spot is a huge bottleneck at the moment for Cleveland, because Jeudy and him did have other conversations about not running the right routes, not being in the right locations on the field, which is very vital. And even with that being said, we're going to segue to offseason number 4, because Todd Monken is now spending his time in the wide receiver room. This is a new head coach, not worrying about the quarterbacks, not worried about the O-line. He's actually in the wide receiver room, and he's going to explain why. So here we go.
To be upgraded pretty substantially. Todd Monken was asked about being so hands-on with his wide receivers.
Where my eyes go, even though I play quarterback and I've been with both, I think at times it can be an undercoached position. And so I want to make sure it's right. I have a lot of faith in CJ. That has nothing to do with CJ and Waz. That's where my eyes go. And I also have a lot of faith in Mike Bajakian and Matt Baker with the quarterbacks. So it's just making sure that the receivers understand how important it is in terms of route running detail and spacing when we get zone. And if you want to be good at throwing the football, you got to be able to protect, and you got to have guys that, obviously we have to have weapons on the perimeter, which we've addressed both of those here in the offseason.
Lance, again, it's basically his vision of an offense. So I completely understand why he wants receivers to run routes a certain way. And I think that's really encouraging, because he knows what it should look like.
Well, it's funny he said that. That makes it seem like he stays with receivers. This is the guy that is in every person. This guy's in every position. He coaches the offensive line. This is his football team. And as a head coach, he has you hire good people. We all want to hire good people and let them do their jobs, and you let them do their jobs. But at the end of the day, this is his job. This is his neck on the line. He's been waiting for a head coaching job. He's 60 years old. He's really confident what he does. But the bottom line, it's his neck. And so as much confidence as he has in all of his guys, Warhop, all these, I got to personally talk to Jacques, Jacques today, the defensive line coach. These are great guys, but this is his football team. So if you don't do it right, you do it over. He's hard on his coaches. He's hard on himself. He's hard on the players. And then he loves them even harder. So it's a pleasure to watch so far. The Browns have a lot of talent, and they don't think they're going to be bad. And the good thing about that is that they're the only ones that matter going into the season.
There you go. There you have it. And if y'all heard Todd Monken made it very clear that they addressed the issue in the offseason. Again, these are things that Jerry Jeudy does have to be more aware of. Mindful. I think it's very unique, Plug, coming from somebody who came from Baltimore Ravens, who never really had a good receiver core, to like, it's kind of weird, like, to see that maybe this coach could.
I knew he was going there.
No. Maybe
I love it.
I'm finna give you your flowers, because maybe you were right. Because you had one coach who's like, no, we need these type of receivers for this type of system we're running. Obviously, Harbaugh had to say of what they got and what they received.
Right.
So I think it's very unique to like take away the bias and look at what a coach is doing when they're in control.
Yeah.
Compared to what they did when they were sitting in another seat. So Plug might be right.
Hey, but listen. I knew you was finna go there because it made sense. It made sense. And now, and they, like he said, he's on the offensive line. Now he's on the tight ends. Now he's on the wide receivers. He's on the running backs. He's coaching every position. And I know one great one great head coach that had great success by being involved in every freaking position, by the name of Bill Belichick.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
And you guys can't overlook that he said, hey, we addressed the issues in the offseason.
Yeah.
And they talked about this on another thing about Jerry Jeudy might not be receiver number one coming into this season due to the concepts.
Right.
See, a lot of people forget that, like, when you're the star, sometimes you're just out there doing star stuff, right? You just, making a way to get open or doing something. Like, we're really starting to see that downfall in Travis Kelce. Like, can he really run a route? Can he really open up the defense? Like, I'm telling y'all, man, the game is getting different, dog. Like, when your linebackers and linemen are running 4.6s, 4.5s, like, it's so much faster now. Like, you need the person to do their assignment. You can no longer be out here, I'm going to find the opening in the zone. No, I need you to run that corner. I need you. You're not getting the ball, but I need you to go run that corner, and you got to run it like your life depends on it. Like,
right.
It's going back old school, dog. Like, this is a scheme, and if you don't do what we need you to do in this scheme,
you're not going to be there.
You're not going to be there. Like, so shout out to Todd Monken, man. But I have to say here, y'all, I might be wrong. We're gonna see now. I told y'all I'm giving him 6 games. I'm giving Lamar Jackson 6 games, dog. But
I'm giving him the season. I'm giving him the season. Because because me being that my Buccaneers had 3 different offensive coordinators and now the 4th offensive coordinator, you got to get used to you got to give them the 6 games to get acclimated to the new playbook, the new schemes, the new verbiage. You know what I mean? True. So you gotta give them that leeway up until like week 5, week 6 to get acclimated. But definitely though, I'm looking forward to see what goes on because I'm tired of the booty teams in the NFL staying the booty teams. It need to be